Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday. It is time for my weekly weigh-in and the WW weekly meeting topic that is discussed at the in-person workshops. So we always start with my weigh-in. Let's go right there. Minus, so that's always a good thing right there. When there's a loss, it's a good thing. 0.4. Was I expecting more? Yes, I was. I truly was expecting a whole pound this week. I really was. But guess what? A loss is a loss. I've been saying that every week. I am chipping away. Not quite sure why. Not quite sure why. I mean, yes, I know I'm at the point in my life where I'm not going to see huge losses. You know, back when I was 198 pounds, I saw big losses every week. I saw 2 and 3 pounds and, 1.5. And I get that, I'm at goal. So I'm at Weight Watcher goal. So I'm not seeing the big losses, but I'm not at my personal goal. So I want to see the losses so I can get back to my personal goal. I just feel like, I was like, 0.4, 0.8, 0.4, 0.2. Then boom, I have a 1.4 or 1.6, I don't even remember what it was, gain. I undid all the good. So I'm just feeling a little discouraged. I'm not upset. I'm not sad. I just feel I worked harder than the scale reflected this week. The scale is a snapshot in time. I could have got back on the scale this morning and it might have been a whole pound. I don't know. I don't do that. I get on the scale once a week. I get on the scale once a week. So I just have to trust the process and go with that. I'm just going to keep plugging along and doing what I'm doing. I'm going to, have another great week. I've had 2 fabulous weeks in a row, and I plan on having a third. I've been getting my water in. I struggle on the weekends, especially when we have things to do and places to go. I do struggle on the weekends because there's not always a bathroom available. So I need to figure out my weekends a little bit better, but I'm just going to keep plugging along, my friends. That's all we can do. I am happy that it was a loss. Do I wish it was more? Of course, we all wish it was more. But it is what it is. So yay me, 0.4 down. Let's keep it going. Now let's get into that weekly meeting topic. And it is how to actually achieve your goals. Let's see what they have to say about that. It's no surprise that the closer you are to achieving something, the more likely you are to do it. So what if your goal feels like it's going to take forever to get to? Here's how to make it reachable. So they give a couple different techniques. Number 1. Well, try this. Number 1. Let's say your goal is to do 50 push-ups. Does that feel impossible? Figure out why. Maybe it's because the number's daunting and you're convinced it'll take forever to achieve, or you don't even know where to start. Instead of focusing on all those push-ups, create a smaller goal that's closer to where you are right now. Work toward that. 5 push-ups should be way more palatable. I use this example constantly on my channel when it comes especially to exercise. What do we talk about? When you decide that you are going to exercise and you are going to move your body for your health, and you decide you want to be a runner or a walker or whatever, you're not going to wake up on Monday morning and say, that's it, I'm a runner. I'm going out to do a marathon. You're not. Number 1, you are going to fail. I can say with 99.9% certainty that if you have never run a day in your life, you are not going to get up one morning and go out and run a marathon. Ain't happening. Same with a walker. You decide, that's it, I'm walking for my health. I'm getting up this morning and I'm walking 5 miles. When you've never walked even a mile for exercise, you're not going to walk 5 on one morning. You may, And then the next morning, you may not be able to move. You may have blisters on your feet, and you may hate it for the rest of your life, because it's not how we can do things. We have to build up to things. That is with anything new we want to try. Anything. It is with our weight loss. It is with exercise. It is with our cooking. It is with any new skill. You can't just jump in. You know, when I learned to sew, I was sewing square napkins. I was not going out and buying, $30 a yard fabric and making lined draperies. That came 2 years later. I started with square napkins. Yep. When I was learning to cook, same thing. When I was working on learning how to make bread, I chose the simplest recipes. I did not start with sourdough. I did not start with milling my own flour. All that came later. You build up with anything, not just exercise, not just weight loss. With anything, you have to just build up. It's okay to jump in with both feet, but start small. Start in the shallow end of the pool. Focus on learning the technique. Focus on learning what you can and can't do. So it says, did you achieve your goal? Chances are you're feeling pretty positive and you're more likely to keep going. Think of the next step on your ultimate plan. How does 5 more push-ups this month sound? It sounds doable. That's how it sounds. So let's talk about this. Well, let me see what else they say before I jump ahead. Okay, let's talk about weight loss, because they talk about goal gradient effect. The closer we get to a goal, the harder we'll try to achieve it. And that is 100% true. I remember back in 2018 when I was so close to my goal, I worked hard. Yes, you do. It gives you something to push for. So the further away from your goal, the less motivated you are. The closer to your goal, the more motivated. Except when something is new. That's what I'm throwing in here. I don't know if they say it, but here's the deal. In the beginning, think about the very beginning of your weight loss journey. You are so motivated. You are so ready. You finally have the right mindset, because that's what it comes down to, my friends, is the mindset. You finally have the right mindset that you are going to do this and you are ready to do this. And oh my goodness, we are bursting with enthusiasm, and we have a great first week. We have a great second week. We keep it going for the third week. And it gets a little like, oh my gosh, I have to do this forever. Oh my gosh, I want to lose 50 pounds and I've lost 6. We start whining. I have 44 more pounds to go. That seems so far away. That's why we need to break it down. We're just going to use 50 pounds as an example. You want to lose 50 pounds. You can't look at the big picture. You have to look at the big picture, but you also have to look at the smaller little pictures, the little 5x7s and the little 4x6s inside that big 11x14 picture. You start by saying, I want to have my first week, I just want to do really well. I want to learn the plan. I want to be on plan. I want to learn what works for me. And wow, what happens? You lose a little weight, and that motivates you. That second week, you're like, okay, I understand what I can do. Now I want to try planning my days a little bit better. I know that this is only the second week of my weight loss journey, but we have a party to go to. So I'm going to learn how to plan around a party. I'm going to learn how to work my points around a party. And you do, because you're excited. And you do well again. And that pushes you into that third week doing fantastic. And you do good again. But you know what? Maybe you're not having those big losses like you did the first 2 weeks, because face it, we all have big losses the first couple of weeks because we are losing that water weight. We are changing things up. Our body's like, what the heck you doing to me? So maybe the third week you're only seeing a half a pound loss and you're like, what? What's going on? And we start losing a little momentum. And you think, oh my gosh, I'm never going to hit 50 pounds if I'm losing a half a pound a week. Half a pound a week is fantastic. It's getting you to your goal. But it can be discouraging. So don't look at that 50-pound loss. When I was losing my weight, I set small goals for myself. I started in February. And I said, boy, I would love to lose 20 pounds by Memorial Day. And I did. And I crushed it. Because I wasn't looking at the big picture. I was looking at that small little goal. Sometimes I couldn't even look at that goal. I had to say, you know what? By mid-March, I want to be down 5 pounds, or I want to be down 10 pounds. You have to break it up into those smaller goals, because sometimes that big number can be overwhelming. I had 56 pounds to lose, and that was overwhelming. I broke it down. I broke it down into those small goals, the reachable goals, the goals that I could cheer myself on with. And that's what we have to do with anything we do in our life. Like I said, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be exercise. You know, I wanted to run a 5K. I didn't go out and do it. I would have killed myself. I did Couch to 5K, that app. I started with, I think the first week you run for 30 seconds, not 30 minutes. And you walk the rest of it. Baby steps. We build on the baby steps. And I just noticed that my camera is crooked. I hope I'm not crooked this entire time. Oh, well, if it is, that's me, right? Little cockeyed. Like I said, with anything, when I started to sew, I sewed square napkins. When I started to cook and bake and things like that, I did not start with a 4-layer cake with, clotted cream. I didn't. You have to start small and build. It's the only way that we are going to get a momentum going. It is the only way we're going to get our mindset in, and it's the way we're going to stay motivated, my friends. That's the way. They use the example of a loyalty punch card and getting coffees. I don't really know if that's a great, I don't love this analogy. They say that if you only have 2 punches on your card, you just don't feel like going out to get coffee. But if you only have 1 left to get, you're going to go out and get that coffee. I don't know. I think rewarding yourself with something like that's a little silly, but if it works for you, that's fine. I couldn't do it because, well, number 1, I don't drink coffee, but number 2, I try not to reward myself with any type of food or beverage because I think that's a bad habit. And also, to me, I'm spending money to get a free coffee. I bought 10 coffees to get a free coffee. I just don't like this analogy at all. And we're not even going to, approach it. I kind of like the ones I gave you better, whereas we do baby steps to get towards our goal. Baby steps. Can it get boring at times? Yep. Can it get tedious? Yep. Can you feel discouraged? 100%. But just put it in perspective that if you lose a pound, that's 4 sticks of butter. Go to your refrigerator, get 4 sticks of butter and slap them on your butt. Bet you wish they weren't there, right? Yep, absolutely. So never be discouraged. Never be discouraged. You just have to break it down. It's the only way that you're going to do it. Because if you look at that big number, you're going to get discouraged. Just remember, half a pound a week is 26 pounds a year. If you weren't trying, it's quite possible that you would gain those 26 pounds and not lose them. Every quarter pound and half pound is a win. Every one that you lose is a win. Just remember that. So that, my friends, is the topic for the week. Like I said, I wasn't real thrilled about their analogy, so I kind of made up my own. I apologize for that, but Weight Watchers doesn't pay me, so. And the recipe this week is seasoned air fryer polenta fries. So it is 3 points for me on my personal plan. I'm guessing that it's probably that for everyone. And I've had fried polenta before and it is delicious. Would I make it at home? Probably not. I'll just get it when we go to, what's it called? The Brazilian steak, Fogo de Chao. That's where I have it, at Fogo de Chao. They probably fry it though and not air fry it, I'm guessing. I'd rather just have a French fry because they're zero for me. So anyway, my friends, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, I would appreciate if you would click that like button. If you know someone it could help, please share it. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love you to hit that subscribe button and be part of my YouTube community here. We have a good time and I give tough love, I give soft love, do a whole lot around here. Thanks so much for watching and I will talk to you in my next video.